Good evening. Thanks for joining us for Action News at 5. I'm Jake Taylor. Tonight, 2 police officers shot in Kittitas County. A deputy dead. Another officer fights to recover. We'll have the latest in team coverage. A Yakima town manager facing a vote of no confidence. Why the officers say Cliff Moore isn't doing a good enough job. Man attacks and stabs a woman who almost died. How bad the crime was and why he has a connection to a gruesome triple murder.
The only Yakima news team taking action for you. KIMA Action News starts now.
A deputy and suspect both shot and killed another officer in the hospital right now. And this evening, we're learning more about what exactly happened and how the community is reacting. Reporter Tricia McCauley is there and tells us what led up to this fatal shooting.
One deputy is dead and an officer wounded after what police say started as a road rage incident led to a gun battle with bullets flying everywhere, hitting houses and this car.
Well, you see it happen on the news all the time. It just doesn't, one of those things you don't want to happen here. We believe we live in a safe community and people feel comfortable here. They support law enforcement. It's just very unusual for it to happen.
Kittitas County Sheriff Gene Dana says they lost one of their own last night, Deputy Ryan Thompson. The sheriff's office says they responded to a road rage incident near the Badger Pocket area just before 8 on Tuesday night. When deputies tried to pull over the driver, a pursuit started through town. Ellensburg Police Chief Ken Wade says the suspect stopped the chase at the end of 6th Avenue and fired shots at police.
At 19:45, the officers advised that the pursuit had terminated, and less than 3 minutes later, we were advised, or dispatch was advised of shots being fired.
Deputy Thompson was fatally shot. Another officer on the scene, Officer Benito Chavez, was shot in the leg and flown to Harborview. He had surgery for his injuries and is recovering. The gunman, 29-year-old Juan Manuel Flores del Toro, was also shot and later died at the hospital. Sheriff Dana says it is going to take a while for officers and the community to heal from this tragedy.
Our community has a very heavy heart today, and last night we lost one of our finest.
Deputy Thompson was 42 years old and in law enforcement for almost 15 years.
Deputy Thompson leaves behind a wife and 3 children. This is a very close-knit community. Officers and locals say this will be tough to get through, but they are leaning on each other. In Kittitas County, Tricia McCauley, Action News.
Thanks, Tricia. Again, they say Officer Chavez had surgery earlier today and is expected to be able to recover. And because of this road rage incident turned deadly, a deputy's life, as we saw, was cut short. Tristan Blockus joins us live outside the sheriff's office right now, where a memorial has been set up for the deputy today. Tristan.
Jake, a heartbroken community has been leaving flowers and letters here for Deputy Ryan Thompson. I spoke with locals and they say a tragedy like this isn't supposed to happen here.
Cheryl Rose was watching a movie with her 10-year-old grandson when she says Tuesday night she heard cars flying by her home near Pierce Road and then gunshots.
I had my grandson get off the bed and lay on the floor. I was worried. I didn't know if it was going to continue.
Shortly after, she says she crept outside to see what all the commotion was about.
I don't think I'll ever forget what I saw. The officer or first responder was working on somebody on the ground just 50 feet away.
Steps away at a mobile home park, 42-year-old Kittitas County Sheriff's Deputy Ryan Thompson suffered a fatal gunshot wound, and 22-year-old Kittitas Police Officer Benito Chavez shot in the leg in what started as a road rage incident. Reports say Deputy Thompson leaves behind a wife and 3 kids, and the community is reeling.
My heart's broken. You see it on TV, but you don't expect it to happen here.
Robert Frank, who's lived in a nearby neighborhood for nearly 2 years, echoes Rose. He says the area is typically quiet and, to his knowledge, a stranger to crime. Frank tells me he's fighting back tears just thinking about the lives changed in an instant.
How sad and what that person's family is going through. It's very emotional, very sad. All because somebody wanted to make a bad choice and take somebody innocent.
Now, police say the last time any officer was killed in the line of duty in Kittitas County was 92 years ago. Jake?
Okay, thank you very much, Tristan. Tonight at 6, we'll take you to Seattle for an update on Officer Chavez's condition. Turning now to weather, we welcomed in a new season today, feeling nice. Let's take a live look outside at our tower cam. Looking not too bad out there this evening. Cody Proctor in for Mike tonight with a first check of your weather.
Good evening, everyone. Let's take a quick check now of our weather headlines today for Yakima. We're looking, of course, at the first day of spring out there. However, all the sunshine that we've been seeing does have some impacts. We do have a flood warning in effect right now in Yakima County. Then we're also looking at more clouds moving in for our forecast. Take a look now at our lows for tonight in Yakima. We're expecting to be about 39 degrees this evening. As for our day planner for tomorrow, we're expecting some clouds in that forecast. I'll tell you more in just a few minutes. Jake, back to you.
All right, thanks, Cody. Flooding affecting people in West Valley, including school kids. Here's the scene I shot today from West Valley Park and West Valley Middle School. The recent warm days melting snow, as you can see here, and in the mountains, leading those streams and rivers to burst their banks. Ducks are in the infield, you see there, as the flooding has covered much of this ball field. These sandbags didn't keep it out. Emergency crews are keeping a close eye and say those who live near flood-prone areas should have an evacuation plan ready. If you have a story you'd like us to look into, let us know on our tip line. Send an email to tips@kimatv.com. You can call us at 575-KIMA. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Local police officers versus Yakima's city manager. The Yakima Police Union says they have no confidence in Cliff Moore's ability to manage the city. They made the surprise announcement in last night's council meeting. Del Moran was there. She joins us now live. Delmy, what was that surprise moment like?
It was definitely unexpected. Around 15 police officers showed up in support of the letter that was given to the city manager saying they have no confidence in him. Now, audience members were also in shock, but they later clapped for the officers.
During the council meeting, city manager Cliff Moore was given a letter of vote of no confidence by the Yakima Police Patrolmen's Association. YPPA Chairman Ira Cavan says Moore has fostered a culture of distrust, hostility, and lack of transparency. He says they have lost trust in Moore in many occasions, including when cuts were made in positions in law enforcement in the process for the search of chief of police.
He's attacked our training budget, he's attacked our staffing levels, he's micromanaged the police department, he's undermined the authority of the police chief on a regular basis, and all of that leads to a difficulty in us being able to go out and do our jobs safely and effectively on a daily basis.
Cavan says they also believe interim chief Gary Jones should be considered as next police chief, but has not been given the opportunity. With the unexpected announcement last night, Moore says he is upset with the way this situation was addressed and wishes they could have come to him personally.
It's disappointing that they chose not to come talk to me about some of these issues rather than just raise them with counsel. I usually find that talking through issues, we can reach a mutually agreeable solution, pathway forward. So it's disappointing that they chose to approach it in this way.
Moore also says Jones had equal opportunity for the position just like everybody else. Cavan says they request the search for the next chief of police be suspended while the council has time to consider the recruitment process used and to have a discussion about the performance of Moore and his ability to continue as the city manager of Yakima. Moore says this will not stop them from continuing with the chief of police search and will proceed like planned. Council gave Moore until April 2nd to give a full response to the Yakima Police Patrolmen's Association.
As of now, the 5 candidates for chief of police will be in town tomorrow and Friday for a series of interviews. The names will be released tomorrow.
All right, we'll see if this controversy with the city manager changes anything with that. Thank you very much, Delmy. Virginia Mason Memorial Hospital announcing restrictions on visitors during this flu season. Children 12 and younger, along with anybody showing flu-related symptoms, fever or cough, are not allowed to visit the people in the hospital. They ask people there to use hand sanitizer and wear a mask, along with making a hospital visit as brief as possible. They always encourage washing hands with soap and water often. The hospital says the restriction is in place until further notice. A really nice day to be outside today. Spring feeling out there. Cody Proctor has the full weather forecast ahead. Man who was once accused of 3 counts of attempted murder is accused of almost killing another. We'll tell you about the lengthy criminal history. And the Supreme Court could reconsider abortion and look at the legal questions they may try to answer.